guys. Just wanted to make my reaction video to the game yesterday between the Commanders and the Buccaneers. Um, Wanted to just share my thoughts as to what I thought happened during the game. Just a reaction video. Just react to overall the game, and obviously how some individuals players played, and some concerns and some bright spots uh, for the Commanders uh, from yesterday's game. Definitely very upsetting and disappointing performance by the Commanders yesterday. Very good performance, borderline, I would say. Good performance from the Buccaneers. Great performance from Baker Mayfield. Just real quickly on Baker Mayfield, he really looks like a elite QB. He looks like last year was not just a 1 year bounce back year. It really looks like this is who he is. He is going back to form. Good for him. Good for the Buccaneers. It was bad for us. Off the bat, some concerning points that I saw was the number one was the lack of targets, and not just targets, but lack of involvement for the best player in the team right now, or best receiver on the team, Terry McLaurin. It is not good. It is not acceptable for him to not have a catch until the second half. I believe going into the fourth quarter, he didn't have a catch. I know he was targeted like a couple of times, but really not that frequently targeted at all. I know there was that goal ball that Jaden Daniels missed deep. He missed him. He missed Terry McLaurin deep. Obviously, missed opportunity there. That would have been a great play. Could have at least helped us with momentum, but but he missed. Not a good throw from Jaden Daniels on that one. But yeah, it's just unacceptable for Terry McLaurin not to have the ball in his hands. He is the best player. He is the best receiver on the team for sure, and so it was very disappointing that happened. Just real quick, because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, the Buccaneers did good things too. Obviously the game plan was focused on stopping Terry McLaurin to avoid big plays. So the Buccaneers, Terry drew a lot of the coverage. Perhaps maybe double teams or more coverage shown towards Terry's way than any other receiver. But my response is that the Commanders should prepare for that. They should be ready for that. They should have taken that into consideration when they were drawing up the game plan. Cliff Kingsbury, he's been in the league many years. He's been a head coach. He should know that defenses. One of the key on defense is to take away the other team's best player and the way the other team likes to do things. So he should have known that. He should have game planned for that. He should have had a plan to react to that and counter attack that. And obviously, the Commanders did not. Kingsbury did not. So very disappointing to see that. And I think it was one of the main reasons that the Commanders lost the way they lost. Another concerning element was obviously the secondary, just trash. I mean, what can you say? Trash. I mean, just garbage. Like garbage that has not been picked up, that has just sat on the trash, in the trash can for a while. It's starting to stink. Trash where there are parasites in the can now. Yeah, it stinks, and it stinks all over the league. That's how bad the Commanders' defense or passing defense, defensive backs have been. They stink where the whole league can smell it, and the whole Commander fan base can smell it and see it. EMMANUEL Forbes, I mean, my God, That man is absolute trash. And in my prediction video, I said, a lot of this game and how the defense performs is going to depend on Emmanuel Forbes and how he does. And I pointed to last year when in his first couple of games where he did actually okay, and especially that game against the Broncos last year where he showed some flashes and actually had a pick. But man, that this game and just last year towards the end, those kind of games, it's like I don't see that coming from Emmanuel Forbes anymore. I mean, he got benched, uh, and then the defense actually did okay. Once Forbes was sitting down, the defense, I think they got a couple of third down stops and actually got the ball back for the Commanders. But Emmanuel Forbes, I mean, I don't even know if anybody will offer any type of compensation for Emmanuel Forbes at this point. So the Commanders have to move on from them within the team. Just get another corner to start at his spot. I know he's a third corner coming off. This is third corner on the roster. Really, it's Michael Davis and Baptiste, the two starting corners. The two outside corners, and then I think is Mike Sanris still. I might be botching the name, so some of y'all can correct me. Who's really the starting nickel or third corner, and then Emmanuel Forbes kind of plays into that and comes into the rotation, but he shouldn't even be in the rotation anymore, really, because as soon as he comes in, that's who the defense wants to target. Like it's like, oh, Emmanuel Forbes is in. Baker Mayfield just there was a video of during the game where after that pass interference throw, and then subsequently the Buccaneers score. So Baker Mayfield throws a deep pass right to the rookie. I don't remember his name, number 15, on Emmanuel Forbes. Emmanuel Forbes does a pass interfering face mask at the same time, just to add insult to injury of how bad he is. He wasn't even content that he's just doing the pass interfering. No, he wanted to add on to that so by putting the man down by his face mask. So Baker Mayfield throws that pass, gets a pass interference. They're at the goal line. They score the touchdown. There's that cutaway camera that goes to Baker Mayfield as he's talking to the OC on the sideline celebrating the touchdown. What he sees, and he says like, he's signaling like, I saw this guy one-on-one with this guy and I saw the move. He said, I knew he was gone. He's like, I knew he was gone. Like y'all can go back and see that video. Like, Baker Mayfield just knew the matchup. And he said, I mean, this guy he can't hang. He knew he was gone. He knew he was going to go there the whole time. So just Emmanuel Forbes, we need to move on. He's trash. I mean, Ron Rivera, my God. I mean, the draft picks this man made are just terrible. I mean, Christian Gonzalez was there. Christian Gonzalez showed out yesterday. He, I would say, shut down Chase from the Bengals, Jamar Chase with the Bengals, and he was the pick after Emmanuel Forbes. So, I mean, not good at all. So it was very disappointing game to watch. The D-line, I think, did a good job. I mean, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, especially Daron Payne, they showed out, put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. But you have to finish. I mean, you can create all the pressure you want, but if you don't finish, if you don't get the guy down and the guy just escapes and throws a pass downfield and it's caught for a substantial amount or for a touchdown, I mean, what was that whole pressure for? I mean, you did nothing with that pressure at the end of the day. So this is a result-driven league. There was a lot of sacks that could have gone up on the stat board, and they didn't. There were completions, touchdowns for Baker Mayfield. Once again, you got to give credit to Baker Mayfield, but I mean, my God, I mean, it's not like Baker Mayfield is Michael Vick, or he is not Justin Herbert, or one of these guys that can kind of step up into the pocket and that's tall, strong, that can pull away from sacks. I mean, he's not Hurts from the Eagles. He's not him. So I mean, the Commanders just have to work on finishing plays and finishing those sacks, because those sacks could have made a difference. One of the things that really unnerves me and pisses me off is that a lot of the things that were happening last year that deflated the fans and deflated the team happened in the first game. Like, for example, we would make a play, or the defense would make a play and put the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a precarious position, like 3rd and long, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 17. Like that play, that screen pass play that Baker Mayfield did to Godwin, I believe was in third quarter, maybe early fourth quarter. You know, the Commanders makes a couple of good plays on 1st and 2nd. It's 3rd and 17, and you think, you just have to make this quick stop, maybe get something, get a pass that's dumped on there within 5 yards and just come up and make the tackle, and then you're off the field. But what happens? They throw a screen pass to Godwin from the Buccaneers, and then he gets the first down. That is so deflating. That really, that's a gut punch that takes out all the air and spirit from your team. So last year there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that on the team, and really just it drains your energy. It drains your confidence. It drains your want. So I saw a lot of that. That was very disappointing to see. What else? Yeah, Jaden Daniels. I saw good things. I mean, obviously everybody's going to point out to the running ability. But we all knew he could run. We all knew he was elusive. He needs to learn how to slide properly and not dive forward, because at some point, like we saw, somebody's going to hit him in the head and he's going to cause an injury. But what I'll say to not be so negative is in him scrambling comes recognition of the defense and what is available to you, and he takes full advantage of that. He needs to learn how to pass in the NFL. First game, so I'm gonna not go fully downhill on him and say he's not pro material. He needs to learn how to make completions in the NFL. I mean, the first pass of the game was a terrible throw, really. I mean, and it was a simple pass. It was just a little flat swing pass that he had to make to Brian Robinson, and he couldn't even complete that. He couldn't even throw that pass accurately and get that to Brian Robinson. I mean, it was a quick pass to get his confidence going. The announcers even said, we spoke to Cliff Kingsbury, and he said that his plan was to get Jaden Daniels in a comfortable position by completing some simple throws, and that was a simple throw, like to get you in rhythm, and you couldn't even complete that. You caused a big loss of yards. Again, your team needs to feed off energy, and when it's your first snap in the NFL, everybody's looking at you. The team, wants to believe in you, and that's your first pass. That's kind of concerning and deflating for the team. So it kind of not completely drains the energy of the team, but it definitely kind of it's like a what the hell kind of moment for the team. So he needs to do better. He needs to. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury can only hold his hand so much. There will come a game where he's gonna have to open up the playbook. He's gonna have to make those short, intermediate passes, those kind of short to medium range passes, the medium range passes, and then the deep throws are gonna have to come. So at some point, we're gonna have to learn if he is made for the NFL or not. Like I said, I saw some good things. He has guts. He has, to run the ball. He's not afraid, definitely. Maybe with more repetitions, more games under his belt, he'll be able to do better. Caleb Williams didn't have a good game, so not gonna completely jump off the boat on Jaden Daniels. But definitely saw some good things, but also some concerning things. So hopefully next game he'll be able to do better. I think what a lot of Commanders fans have, or why they're so upset, is because the Commanders are not in a position where other teams where they can come into the first week and lose, and then they'll be like, okay, they lost, but there were some growing or some signs of hope for the next game. Like, this is not the Rams. The Rams won the Super Bowl about, I think, 34 years ago, and they've been good several years. They always put up a good fight. And so you go into the next week, if you're a Rams fan, you're like, next week we have a chance. The team, we did this good, we did that good. We really did more good than bad, but hey, this happened, whatever. But the Commanders, it's terrible. It's like, oh, here we go again type of thing. So Very frustrating, very tiring as a Commanders fan to see. You don't get to enjoy, you know, a consistent winning team, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating as hell. But we understand. Yesterday was a reality check for the Commanders fans that this is going to be a rebuild. That this is a rebuild, and what goes into being a rebuild. We wish that we could win every game, but obviously that's unrealistic. But I think what Commanders fans wish more is just to have a better performance and effort from the team. Uh, DBs they need to step it up, or Adam Peters needs to do his magic and try to get somebody else in there. Would be a trade or whatnot. We've collected some draft capital. Let's try to, if need to, let's try to use that draft capital and try to acquire some guys that want to play. What else? A good takeaway again to try to focus on the positive. Brian Robinson is a beast. I have him on my fantasy team. I'm glad that I got him on my fantasy team, that I drafted him. I think he's gonna do great things this year. I think he's gonna have a Pro Bowl caliber type of year. So we need to ride him. We need to lean on him to lead this team, especially with Jaden Daniels trying to get his feet under him. So I just saw Dan Quinn's press conference today. Obviously, I'm happy that he's facing up to what happened. Like I said, he's not going to run away from it. So, it's his first game, but obviously a lot of fans are frustrated. A lot of people are not going to understand, hey, this is your first game, this is a rebuild. There's been a lot of losing and mediocrity in Washington, and people are tired of it. So when you lose, and you lose the way you lost, you're gonna get that type of reaction from the fans. So I'm sure he'll be all right. He has thick skin. But all right, y'all. I'll see you all. I'll try to make more videos through the week, reacting to certain stuff, analyzing certain stuff. All right. See you all later.